Excuse me? You know I'm trying to work up here, right? On the computer. Is that your trigger for going spazzo? As soon as the computer goes on? What's your spazzo trigger? Okay. Hi everyone. I hope y'all are doing great today. I've got an update on my heater situation. I shot some clips over the last few days of what I've kind of gone through with the thing. So I'll put those clips in here and you can see what I went through. See, anytime someone drives through the area, you've got to bark at him. Come here, this way. Come on. Be a good boy. Excuse me? What was that? So my clips that I had recorded, the microphone was unplugged from the camera somehow. It was like halfway plugged in. So all the clips where I was talking about my problems with the heater have no audio. So I'll try to put a play-by-play, the one clip where I'm showing the heater, to try to give some context into what I was going through. So the heater that we had installed that was making noise started making a lot of noise, like so much that I couldn't sleep. A few days ago I decided to take that heater out and put in the new heater that I had ordered. I picked it up in town. I got up under the truck. I have to get under the truck because my heater is installed, and well, you all know it's in this cabinet that's under the bed right here. And the access to that is by laying on my back down here and reaching up. It's basically as far as my arms can reach to disconnect the heater. So there's an air intake, an exhaust pipe, and then a fuel line, and they have hose clamps on them. And then there's the heater itself has 4 posts that go down through the bottom of the cabinet, and they have nuts on them. So those 4 nuts have to come off. So it's it's not difficult, but it's just the position and all that. And my head, oh my gosh, that day, from being like upside down like that, and I would swing out from being under there, and my head was just pounding with this, whatever this illness is that has come back to kick my butt, basically. I mean, this is like, I don't know, 9 days or something, and I was feeling better. But man, so I grind through that. I get the new one installed, and the new one has the same controller and everything, so I didn't change my controller. I just left it all on the wall, which is what I've done before. You just swap the heater, and they have a plug on them, and so I take the noisy one out, I put the new one in, click, plug the plug in, I hit the button on the controller to test it, nothing. Doesn't start. I noticed when I plugged it in and the controller lights up, it did this. It did a flash. And then every time I would hit the button to cycle through the readouts, it would do this flash. And when I got to the voltage readout, and it should say, at that time of day, my batteries were at like 13.6, it said 0 volts. And so there's the clue, right? Something is wrong. So I checked the wires on the plug to see if the pinout, if the wires are all in the same position as the other plug and as the other heater, and they're all correct. And I made sure they were all seated. I couldn't find anything wrong with that plug because all I changed was the heater itself, not the controller, not the fuel pump. I left all my existing stuff right in place because it's all the same. No need to, reinstall the stuff that's already there. And my stuff is all wired. It's hardwired, soldered, heat shrink tube. Everything is good, and it's been the same wiring for years. So the new heater is a piece of crap, right? And after the controller was on for a minute or two, this little icon started flashing on it, which I've never seen before. And the symbol was like a wire here, and then an X between them, which to me means something is not wired correctly or something is crossed. I've never seen that before. There's no mention of it in the instructions. So there's definitely something wrong with wiring. And to me, it's inside of that new heater. So I took my old spare, I plugged it in, controller comes on, everything's perfect. So I have 3 heaters here with me. The really noisy one, my old spare that was making some noise, and the new one that I just got. And out of the 3, only the new one, it should have been that finger, only the new one doesn't work with all the same wiring. So there's something wrong with it. It's no good. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm feeling really ill. Like my head was swoony so much that day from doing that work. You know, and I'm just grinding through it, right? I got to get this done. It was making my stomach upset. You know, it was just, I was like feeling like, my friend Tony was down here while I was working on it, and I had to apologize to him later. I said, Tony, I'm sorry about all the bad words, because I was livid. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I could put the noisy one back in, but I couldn't use it. It kept us awake. It was so loud. I said, okay, I'm going to put my old spare in. So I get up under there, I uninstall the new one, I install the old spare, I plug it in, I hit the start button, boom, it starts up. Perfect, right? We've been using it for 2 nights now. Honestly, I can't hear any noise at all other than the of the air blowing. It's whisper quiet. It's operating perfectly. But I know I took it out for a reason, because it was making like this periodic, I don't know what to describe that noise as. Wasn't the same as what this current heater, the really loud one, was doing. That was making some crazy loud noises. So, you know, that spare one has been riding around in the truck under the bench here for 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. Just kind of strapped in under there as an emergency spare. Boy, I'm glad I had it, because that's what we're living on now, and it's functioning. So now what I'm going through, I ordered the heater off of Amazon. I've always done returns on Amazon, and it never costs anything. You know, Amazon or whatever pays the return shipping. This one, has Amazon changed something? I can't find, I tried all the different options, the reason for the return, and all of them require that I pay my own shipping. There's no way I'm paying to ship that thing back. It's a big box. It's not light. You know, that's going to cost, depending on where it has to go, I'm going to say, you know, $35 and up. And with the heater only costing, you know, $95. So I message whatever the supplier on Amazon was. I messaged them. I said, hey, this thing's no good. I need a return shipping label. And they said, oh, send us a picture of the damage. So now I reply back. And all of these messages take like overnight, you know, because I think they're going, you know, across the world. So I replied back yesterday and I said, I'm sorry, it's not damaged. It just doesn't function. And there's an icon that comes up on the controller that says there's a wiring fault. I said, I've had 4 of these heaters. I know them pretty well. There is something wrong with this one. So they replied back overnight this morning and it says, okay, send us a picture of the icon on the controller and then we can send you a return shipping label. Well, of course, the heater isn't hooked up anymore to be able to get the icon on the controller. So, oh my, wait a second. when we were working on the, Tony took a picture of it because we couldn't see it. It's a really small little icon, and it would flash on and off. Tony took a picture of it. Oh, I gotta see if he still got that. Oh, I hope so. Gosh, I hope he doesn't delete his pictures off his phone. Oh my gosh. Because I got to get a shipping label to send that thing back. So at least right now we've got heat again. But man, what a mess. You know, and I know a lot of folks are going to say, well, that's what you get for buying the, you know, these cheap things, and get the German one, the Espar or the Webasto. You know, those are what, $1,000 or $1,200? That's just proportionately, I can't justify that much money. You know, that's how many months of food for us, and I can't justify that cost in proportion to my other expenditures for something that we use for 2 months out of the year. I can't justify that. Yes, we need to have a heater, but for me, you know, if I'm getting 2 years out of these things, I could buy 12 of them. That's 24 years of heaters for the cost of a, you know, the high-end ones, the good ones. And so it's just where I'm at, you know. And yes, we've had some issues with them. So I have a love-hate relationship with these heaters. When they work, they make the best heat, dry, hot, so comfortable. But, you know, I've had to change them out, which is normally not a problem. Like if that heater hadn't been faulty, I would have changed it out, hit the button, start it up, no problem. So I'm just having a struggle. And it's just, it's kind of amplified by the fact that I wasn't feeling good when I'm changing it. I woke up this morning, I'm still not feeling good. So I wish I had all of the on the ground clips, but they all just went bzzz because the microphone wasn't plugged into the camera all the way. Yeah, so I'm having a great few days here. Really great. We just took our walk. We just came back. Lefty had his breakfast. He's now just making sure everything's good in the area. Scoping everybody out. That's where we're at. Can I help you with something? He was up in the cab, in his chair, snoozing. And as soon as I got this out and unwrapped it, here he came. Because he always gets some. Okay. I gotta feed me, too. Stop. Stop moving. That's ground. I'm making soup. Hello. Come here. Let's get a snack. Come on. Come on, pup. There's some people walking over there. It's like 7:30 a.m. And he's just so interested. Okay, come on. Don't be so loud. Come on up here. Let me get you a snack. Come on, pup. Here you go. Come on. There. Here you go. Get it. Oh, he's got to do something to get his treat. That's the deal. You're not messing with the bugs, are you? Hey, stop eating the ants. He's such a goof. I know that's what you're doing. I can tell. Well, I'm done griping. I'm done. I'm gonna push this video out to y'all. I wish it was, you know, more interesting, but lately I've just been kind of surviving and trying to keep us comfortable here, because Lefty needs his heater. He loves laying down by the heater. So that's it for today. Everybody take care. Be safe. We'll see y'all again really soon.